Hello everyone, that's Suni and Eliamith, and I guess we're finishing the Stanley Parable 2 today, I think. Because there's a new option on our options. You see, what is this? An epilogue? Is that an epilogue I see before me? Let's press it and see what happens. And everything looks like it's recording right. And audio. So I don't know. I'm not used to a mic, so let's see how this goes again still. I have a mic still. I stole the mic. Also, I don't know how long this is, so. The epilogue. Dun dun dun. Many, many years later. And we're back here! Okay, is there anything around? What are we supposed to do here? Oh, that's new. Okay. Wasn't expecting this, not gonna lie. I still have no idea what's going on. The stars look pretty. Okay. Whoa. We're at a whole new plane of existence at this point. I don't know what's going on. Except that it's loud, it's super loud. I had to lower you guys, it's loud. Oh. Oh. Let's see. Oh, the moon's full now. Okay. Slowing down. Okay. Oh, sunset. Oh. Oh. We're back to skip button ending. Memories on location again. Which is the ending you guys didn't really get to see on my channel because of the whole mechanical issues and rendering issues on my side. Which I fixed after some time. It's generator? Huh. Ooh. What is this? Everything's messed up now. Ooh. Creepy. Oh. What's this down here? It's fine print. No. Review: The Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with the originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about the enjoyable bits of the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? And instead, we get a weird, uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines give you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. A welcome reprieve from Cookies9 blog on compromising game content. What does that mean? Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. Oh, buttons. Name. Jim. Okay. Let's see what's here. Okay. When the Stanley Parable launched its When the Stanley Parable launched to a massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise, but disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. This is back on July 9th? 1251. Okay, I don't know. It is clear that more Stanley Parable is not what the fans want. Reads the police release. Reads the police press release. Reads the press release. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about. Yet it turns out this could not have been farther from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop insulting fans with reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. Aw, that sucks. That's sad. Oh. Get on the green. Oh no, okay. People should feel like they could do whatever they want. End of the day. Jim. Yeah, that's what leads there. Any of them say anything else? They actually say your name at the end.
Jim. Stanley.
Oh wait, that's different.
Jim. Stanley.
Stanley? They press all these. What's over here? Oh, the figurines. I like how you didn't have to collect them all, it seems like, to get this ending. What's down here? Oh, what's this? Oh, we're a cutscene! We're in a cutscene! That normally never happens, except in the beginning. Hello again. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Avoid square computer regression. It's either me. Journey to human condition. How about Saturday night? Avoid the human condition. Stanley Parable 3. Avoid the human condition. It's either me or the human condition. The end is never the human condition. I want to make something interesting. So journey to you. That's the human condition. Avoid the human condition. Da da da. Let's try that. Stanley Parable 3. Avoid the human condition. The Stanley Parable 3. Avoid the human condition. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. Let's do it. Don't do it. Let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Oh, right there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Oh, wouldn't you know? Oh. Okay, there. Confirm. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. Interesting. Never played the third game. You are playing the Stanley Parable 3. Avoid the human condition. Can we just press that epilogue again? It literally does the same thing. Okay, nah. We're gonna see this. We're gonna go through and see what happens. Also, I probably skipped. I'll probably cut this out, but I honestly just skipped a part because I was gonna go to the new content because I have no idea where to go now. Well, let's go back to the original ending and see what happened. Very magnificent.
His ego and then proceeded onward. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm not used to following the rules on this game already, you know.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
We go back up, I guess.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
We're gonna go back here real quick.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator. Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly. No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Oh, accidentally the mic. Alright, we're gonna, I guess, go do the 3 thing again.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3.
Yes.
Stories of his dreams and hopes and fears.
The rule of
The whole
threes.
time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
No. The bucket just doesn't understand, Stanley.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
What could be? Let's try it one more time.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Oh, that's new.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference.
I thought you literally didn't know where anybody was at.
Around it, developing and rehearsing it until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
4273.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Who?
There was no one here.
Oh.
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over.
Oh.
He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding.
No, there's always...
The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Is that it? Oh. The end is never the end. But I don't know what else to do. Like, honestly. I think that might be the end, you guys. I'm like looking around, see. I'm looking through across the internet to see. But remember my original goal, if I was gonna end the series, I was gonna go to the space part and end it there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So as I travel,
Stanley decided to go
we'll
to
relive the
meeting room.
experiences.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket, I must say goodbye, Bucket. Bye, Bucket. I don't know when I'll see you again. Because I think this is the end. I don't know what else to do.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open,
So,
this was not the correct way to the meeting.
I lie, I had fun
and
with the
Stanley
game.
knew it perfectly well.
I haven't played
Perhaps
one of
he
these
wanted
kind of
to
games
stop
like
by the
forever,
employee
honestly,
lounge
though.
first, just to
Where does it
admire
ending base?
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
It's gonna be a lot shorter than
It
our
had
regular
really been
episodes,
worth
though.
it. Eager to get back
There's
to
like kind of
business,
some filler time because I was trying to
Stanley
figure
took
out
the
if there's
first
any
open
more
door on
stuff
his
that
left.
happen. So as I walk here,
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
I would say
here.
let's hope we don't
I'm not
accidentally
your
fall the other
enemy,
way.
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
All right,
but
ready?
the
We're gonna
fact
time it.
is that
Parkour.
The story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone. What? Really?
There.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? What?
Yes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but
I really didn't think so at
do
first, but then
want
I
to
saw the
help you,
explosion
to
ending.
show you something beautiful.
With the whole bomb and
Let me prove
everything.
it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Yeah,
Now
the
listen
red.
carefully. This is important.
Now we're going
Stanley
through the
walked
blue.
Through the red door.
Let's see.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
Yeah, it kind of sucks though.
I
I
wanted to stop.
I wanted to know more about
I
this
would-
person that gave us
we
the
would
time
both
thing,
be
and always
so
asked
much
us because
happier
it doesn't seem
if
like they're
we
the
just
narrator. I don't feel that
stopped.
they're the narrator for a
And
while.
I think I have a solution.
So,
Here,
what
let me
else?
show you.
What else? I don't think there's anything to do. So like, let's go here. Let's like to make the narrator's day before we end the game here.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Very.
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Okay, you guys. I guess no. Getting Eddie here. That's why I was like, oh, wait, let her reach the top real quick. So before we get some more. Okay. So like, shh. That would look pretty ending too. Also, narrator's happy. Everybody's happy, I guess. I actually enjoyed the game. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. Cause I was like, it seemed interesting, a concept, but I knew also it was linear, but not linear at all. Linear. I don't know. It was kind of interesting. What else? I kind of feel bad for the developers and stuff, but I remember actually, what was it? I watched a video game story. It was like one of those YouTube channels. Maybe I'll suggest, I'll put it in the description down below. But it was like one of those videos where they talk about like the story behind it or the development of this game. And I'm like, it felt like it was actually a really cool story. So I'm like, you check that out if you're interested beyond the game development. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being Stanley for a little bit. I enjoyed breaking the fourth wall a couple times, breaking the graphics of the game here and there, and breaking my computer. Trying a new mic out. Let me lower it a little bit. See. Was there anything else? Well, thank you guys for thank you guys to people that watched the whole series, which is not many, I think, at this point. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment about something you like if you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!